What's up, guys? It's a beautiful day outside. Look at this outside. I'm over here just chilling up my tree, and I gotta realize, we gotta just keep doing this, embrace nature and love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful for this shit. Like this tree, bro. It makes me happy, bro, because I know it's living. It's so crazy because everything on this earth is living. And we don't realize that. I think a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of things on earth is living. And things you step on, probably living. Things you move around, living. Even the fucking objects that you think aren't living, they probably got consciousness. Probably not the same as us, but in a way. Everything has energy. Everything got, matter and shit like that. In a way, bro. Everything is connected. It really is. Everything is connected. And I'm just so grateful that I kind of fell out of this rat race shit of all this oh, you gotta make money, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make money to be happy. In reality, that's not the truth at all, bro. No. Dude, I have kind of realized it is really just consumerism that makes you think that, dude, you have to have a lot of money to be happy. Bro, no. I could have $500 to my name, figure out what I want to do. Boom, have fun. That's life, bro. That's the thing. It's not about you having so much fucking money and shit. It's not about, having the most fancy cars and shit like that. That's the thing. I don't give a fuck about that because I know when I die, I'm not going to have that in my next life, bro. I'm not. That's the thing. You guys are so attached to the wrong things. In reality, you got to be attached to yourself, bro. You got to love yourself. You got to treat yourself, bro. This is peace. This is paradise. This is freedom. Me working a job, literally me working a job the rest of my life, bro, paying bills and shit, bro, deadass, I would rather just be homeless. I would rather sleep outside and fucking, all that shit. And the main reason why is because when you look at a homeless person, bro, these motherfuckers really don't gotta pay anything. They homeless. It looks sad, but in reality, bro, they don't gotta worry about shit. They can literally move anywhere, sleep anywhere, and shit like that. We have the idea in our heads that, oh, we gotta have a shelter and shit like that. We gotta have a career to be successful. In reality, that is not the truth at all, bro. The real success is the true happiness in your life. The real success is what you put in the world and what it gives back to you. That's the success. This is the thing, bro. I grew up thinking that I wanted to be a doctor or something. I grew up thinking that I wanted to be, And when I grew up, I saw these doctors and the shit, and I realized that these people, they don't have love for the game, bro. They don't have no love for it. It's just money. It strips your soul away. It strips everything. You see it with politicians. You see it with big, corporations and shit like that. They used to have so much fun and, flavor in life. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, the 90s, for example. Now you look at today's age, and it's just all plain. It's all gray. It's all, it's all gone. It's sad. And that's the thing. It was the greed that took it away from us, bro. It is so sad that we have to live in a society where this shit is accepted. And it's so sad that knowing that I feel like I feel like there is definitely going to be some sort of, big ass war going on or something. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, there's a lot. I see the events unfolding in front of my eyes, and I think you gotta just not be blind to see this shit. There are steps and levels to this shit, and it's just gonna keep getting worse. And that's the thing. I'm not worried about no fucking job or career in the future. I'm not worried about that shit. Because in reality, bro, I know that I'm going to be fine wherever the fuck I'm at. Because I know that if I was broke, homeless, or rich, whatever, I know that this shit right here will always be here for me, bro. I know that this will always be here for me. I know that maybe, for example, I move out of that house. All of this will still be here for me. And that's what I realized. I was born into this earth, into this life, to love, to show love, to be love, to be peace, and to bring peace in the world, bro. We were all meant to do that. But here's the thing. Evil, it's just so much layers to this shit, bro. You think of all the ancient history that we have that is missing, bro. All the history that they tell us, bro. There is 10 times more shit to that. We just don't question it because it's how, schools teach us and shit. in reality, bro, when you really question this shit, you start to think, wait a minute, bro, why the fuck are the Egyptians like the only people in the world that have like these fucking hieroglyphics of like these big ass aliens and shit? They got gods and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just all untalked about. And when there's a lot of places I feel like on this world, like the Grand Canyon, where people talk about how there's like pyramids and shit like there. Like there's apparently like a fucking another one of those cat things, a sphinx in the Grand Canyon. I wouldn't be surprised, bro, because at the same time, people don't realize that we lived everywhere in the world. It's not just, you know, I think a lot of people have the perspective of the American dream and, you know, just America media, and that's your perspective of your whole life. Dude, you guys are stressing about rent and shit like that. You guys are stressing about all this shit. In reality, dude, life is so simple, but you have to just break out of that curse and stop fucking believing in that shit, bro. Literally. Dude, if you really wanted to, you could get a loan, fucking probably pop out into a different country and, you know, not come back. Like, and that's the thing too, people don't realize money is not like, it's not like, money is not real in a way, because the amount of, you will always bring back the amount of money that you put, you know, in some. That's not always true, but you will always make that money back. And that's another thing too. Let me lock in, bro. My phone. Money is really just like, it's a concept in a way, because unfortunately, like, you have to have money for a world to work. But at the same time, the way that people look at like money and shit like that, I think a lot of people don't realize that when their time for these companies and shit is more valuable than the money that they even bring in. That's the thing. There's so much shit that's sinister and 10 times worse than everything that you're seeing right now on the news. There's shit going behind that fucking 10 times worse. And that's where we just have to, and that's another thing too. I think a lot of people just actually need to stand together and do something about this shit, because as America and as, you know, people, we the people, you know what I'm saying? We the people actually need to go out and do this shit. And I think it's bigger than politicians 100%, bro. There's so much shit going on we don't even know, but we just gotta, you know, lock in. But I hope y'all like my talk today. You know, it was a bit yapping, but always remember, bro, love the world, love nature, because nature will love you. Peace out.